Okay, let's unpack this. We're looking at a concept for a massive political thriller, right? Iron Republic.
Yeah, huge scale. 200 billion, one budget, set in a modern South Korea, thrown into, well, chaos.
And our deep dive today is really getting into this specific scenario from the concept. A president declares martial law, and then boom, a shocking assassination attempt on the opposition leader.
Exactly. And what's really insightful here, I think, is how this fictional setup lets us explore some pretty big universal themes.
Like what specifically?
Well, the fragility of democracy, maybe more than we think, especially today. The human cost when power goes unchecked, and also, importantly, the resilience of people.
So we're digging into the core ideas from this movie concept to, get everyone informed beyond just the basic plot points.
That's the plan. Get you thinking.
All right. So the scenario, it kicks off with President Yoon Suk-yeol declaring nationwide martial law. And it's based on a fabricated national emergency.
Right. And on the surface, it looks incredibly effective, swift, decisive.
Yeah, they quickly control parliament, the media, key institutions, political activity, banned, fake news targeted.
And you've got military figures like General Park On-soo enforcing compliance early on, immediate arrests, no warrants needed. It paints this picture of absolute control.
But okay, what does the film concept immediately suggest about whether that kind of takeover can actually last in a modern society?
Well, that's the crucial part, isn't it? This success, it's really presented as an illusion.
An illusion how?
If you look historically, military interventions in Korea, even ones that seemed successful at first, they almost always face mass resistance down the line, led to instability.
Okay.
And what this concept really highlights is how today, with everyone connected, smartphones, social media, that kind of top-down control is much harder to maintain.
So people can just bypass the official channels.
Exactly. Citizens can share information, organize, counter the narrative in ways that weren't possible before. So what looks like total control is maybe just skin deep.
Right. And there's more to it than just resistance, isn't there? The economy.
Oh, absolutely. The concept points to severe economic fallout almost immediately. Consumer confidence just tanks.
Investment dries up.
Completely. Plummeting investment, job losses everywhere, the currency, the won, goes into freefall. And that economic chaos, that can undermine the regime's legitimacy faster than anything.
Okay, so the initial control's already looking shaky, but then things really escalate.
Yeah, here's where the plot takes a major turn. A shocking assassination attempt on the main opposition leader, Lee Jae-myung.
And this isn't just for drama, right? The concept treats it as a real turning point.
Definitely not just drama. It acts as this powerful catalyst. You have to ask, why does this specific event matter so much in the narrative?
Okay, why?
Because it instantly politicizes the whole crisis. It galvanizes the opposition forces who might have been scattered or unsure.
And the public reaction.
Widespread outrage. You can think of parallels, maybe like the reaction to Abe Shinzo's assassination in Japan or the attempt on Navalny. These things don't just happen in a vacuum. They ignite something much bigger.
So it tests the regime's grip.
Fundamentally, it exposes the instability that was maybe just under the surface.
Yeah.
And critically, it draws immediate, intense international attention, scrutiny.
Which could lead to?
The scenario suggests things like sanctions, diplomatic isolation, pressure from the outside that further weakens the regime's hold.
Wow. Okay, so despite this, intense oppression, this brutal control, the story shows resistance bubbling up.
Absolutely. It's not just politicians. You see journalists trying to get the truth out, bypassing censorship, ordinary people using encrypted messages, social media, sharing what's really happening in real time.
You mean like echoes of past movements, maybe? Like the Gwangju uprising in 1980?
Exactly like that spirit of resistance. And the concept also touches on the mental toll. Widespread mass panic is mentioned. It really drives home how fragile things can feel.
Yeah, how quickly things can unravel.
And this really shows the power of the people, Beyond the big names, the script seems to emphasize this broad resistance. Students, workers, even doctors.
And technology plays a huge role in that.
A central role. Empowering people to fight back against state control of information. It's a key theme. That phone in your pocket becomes a tool of resistance.
Looking bigger picture then, this fictional crisis in South Korea, it's not just contained there, is it?
No, not at all. South Korea is often seen as, a bulwark of democracy, especially positioned near North Korea and China. So its instability in this scenario becomes a great test for global alliances.
Right, impacting markets, supply chains.
Everything. It really illustrates how interconnected the world is now, and also how international pressure can actually play a role, potentially, in how things resolve internally.
So, wrapping this up,
Yeah.
what's the big takeaway here? This dive into a fictional story, it really seems to highlight some serious challenges.
It does. The challenges democracy faces today, the heavy price of unchecked power, but also, importantly, that incredible spirit of resilience that can emerge.
Makes you think.
Right. And maybe leaves us with a question, for you listening. In a world just flooded with information, with complex politics, how vigilant do you need to be?
To tell truth from manipulation.
Yeah. And how important is your own active participation in protecting these democratic ideals? Ideals maybe we sometimes take for granted.
Definitely something to mull over.